In this video, I'm going to share a trading strategy that works so well I just have to tell you about it. It involves using Bollinger Bands and RSI. It's simple, easy to follow, and has a high success rate when used correctly. Enough talk, let's dive right in. The first step in this strategy is setting up the Bollinger Bands. If you've never used Bollinger Bands before, you're lucky you clicked on this video because this indicator is absolutely incredible. It's a great tool for identifying support and resistance levels. The first thing we need to do is head over to TradingView or any trading chart platform you use. Click on the Indicators tab and type in Bollinger Bands. The default settings provided by TradingView are good, but for this specific strategy, we need to make some adjustments. Start by going to the Length section and changing the value to 30. Ensure the standard deviation is set to 2. I'm also going to remove the background of the indicator and change the lines to red. This part is all about personal preference, so feel free to customize it as you like. If you didn't know, here's how Bollinger Bands work. The center line is a moving average. This means the indicator goes back the number of candlesticks specified in the length setting and calculates the average between them. For this strategy, we're going back 30 candlesticks. The upper and lower lines represent the standard deviation. Alright, now that we've set up the Bollinger Bands, let's add the RSI. To do this, go to your Indicators tab, type in RSI, and select the top result labeled Relative Strength Index. Once the RSI is added, we'll make a few modifications. Now let's adjust the settings a bit, set the upper band to 70 and the lower band to 30. The length is likely set to 14 by default. For this strategy, change it to 13. If you're new to RSI, it's an excellent indicator for identifying whether a security is being overbought or oversold. When the RSI line is above the 70 level, it indicates overbought conditions. If it's below 30, it indicates oversold conditions. Now that we've set up both indicators, it's time to combine them and start making some profitable trades. Make sure to watch the rest of this video because I'm going to share a crucial tip that will take this strategy from just okay to a true money-making machine. There are two different strategies you can choose from when using these indicators. Both are based on a concept called mean reversion. What's mean reversion, you ask? Well, mean refers to the average, and reversion means returning to it. So, in simple terms, mean reversion is the idea of prices returning to their average. That's exactly what we'll be aiming for in this strategy. With this strategy, we're focusing on mean reversion. For example, in most cases, when there's extreme price movement in one direction, whether it's up or down, we can generally predict that the price will return to the average, the moving average here. If the price goes above the upper Bollinger Band, we want to enter a short trade. If the price goes below the lower Bollinger Band, we want to enter a long trade. Sounds simple, right? Well, if you only relied on this, the odds of success wouldn't be great. That's exactly why we added the RSI earlier. As you can see in this example, the price crossed above or below the Bollinger Bands multiple times, resulting in lots of false signals. If you entered every time, you likely lost money. To address this, we're adding one more requirement. Only enter a trade if the RSI reaches an extreme value. For a long trade, the price must move below the lower Bollinger Band, and the RSI must drop below 25. For shorting, the price must move above the upper Bollinger Band, and the RSI must exceed 75. For example, let's look at Apple. The price starts dipping below the lower Bollinger Band, but at this point, the RSI isn't where we need it to be. So we wait until the RSI drops below 25. Eventually, it goes down to 20, and that's when we enter a long trade. Just as predicted, the price returns to the average. Now, here's some crucial information you need to know about this strategy. Without it, the strategy simply won't work. The next tip I'm about to share is essential. What I'm about to share is the key to turning this strategy into a profitable one instead of a money loser. The main weakness of this strategy lies in sideways markets. For most trading strategies, sideways markets make predictions much harder. For example, if the price drops below the lower Bollinger Band and the RSI falls below 25, you might think it's time to enter a trade. However, the price could keep dropping, resulting in a massive loss if you entered. Now, I'm going to show you a simple trick to help you identify these situations beforehand. Before any huge price movement even happens, notice how tight the Bollinger Bands are in this example. They're very close together, indicating little price movement, and the market is moving sideways. You can also see that the RSI is staying within the purple rectangle, not going above or below the key levels we mentioned earlier. This alone should immediately raise a big red flag. Most of the time, when the market behaves like this for a while, the price will eventually break in one direction or the other. When the price finally breaks, it typically does so with a lot of momentum. In these situations, you never want to try to catch a falling knife as the price behaves like this. Let me show you another strategy that works like absolute magic. In this example, you can see the price drops to the lower Bollinger Band and then reverses. The next time the price drops, it forms a new lower low compared to the previous low. However, something interesting happens. The RSI forms a higher low. So we have the price making a lower low, but the RSI is making a higher low. This is called divergence, and it's a great signal to enter a trade, especially if the RSI was previously below 25 and the price went below the lower Bollinger Band. When this happens, there's a very high chance the price will reverse and form a new higher high. I just showed you how to pair Bollinger Bands with RSI to create a profitable trading strategy. All I ask in return is that you take 2 seconds to like this video. You should also check out my other video where I go over a MACD strategy with an 86% win rate, which is absolutely insane when it comes to trading. Go watch that, and I'll see you guys next time.